Hello, everyone.
Hi guys, how's it going?
We're finally doing this.
Yep, finally. After how many takes already?
I have no idea.
No,
we had to do this so many times.
Yeah, if you see us looking that way, specifically me, we have our monitoring system over there with everything that I'm doing. It's a one-man army. Well, so
one hit army.
basically. So if you see us looking this way, that's because we have our baby monitor. Ellie's sleeping. So
Ellie's our baby girl.
Yep.
She's 9 months.
Yep. But if you see, it's episode 1, so we're gonna be looking all over the place. So timer's on. We're good. Awesome. But yeah, guys, welcome. This is a project we've been wanting to do for the longest. I think probably over a year.
More.
Yeah, probably.
We actually started recording
A year ago.
No, back in 2023. And I have pictures and videos to prove it.
Oh,
We
it's been
had
2
like
years.
everything set up. And then we just stopped. Like we
Yeah.
never continued.
No idea why. So,
But this has been in our hearts for a while. We basically
a while. I'm sorry, I'm just stuck on that. I can't believe it's been like 2-3 years already.
yeah, like
Time flies by when you're having fun, right? But yeah, we wanted to do this for so long. And I think now with Ellie being old enough, Ellie's our daughter. She's 9 months. Obviously, for all those parents that know, the first 9 months are a little interesting. Now she's more independent a little bit. So now she has a bedtime. It's right now, what time is it? 10:30.
10:30.
So she fell asleep around like 9-ish.
9,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, this is a good time to do it. I think this is the best time for us to actually dive deep into this project, and I hope you guys have as much fun as we do recording it.
But
So-
we didn't even give you guys our names. So
yeah.
I'm Marianne,
I'm Jerry,
and we are
the Shellos, as you can
Shellos.
see back there. So yeah, a little bit about ourselves. I'm Mexican American. I come from Mexican background, and you are.
I was born in Guatemala and I came here to the US when I was 5. So
Arranged marriage.
the carriage.
No, okay. But yeah, we've known each other for a long time,
Yeah.
probably over a decade. Specifically,
yeah.
no,
A little bit more.
15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
So it's been a while. So we know each other. We know each other pretty well. And sorry, she just moved. But yeah, we've been dating since 2019. We were courting in 2019. Officially dating in 2020. 2020? 2020. And then we got married in 2023.
22.
22. I know the day. I always forget the year. So
Yeah, we've been married for 3 years now. We actually just made 3 years, like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
We were out celebrating.
2 weeks ago, yes, we went to Texas and Brazil because
Yep.
that's our spot. We're based out in New York. If you can't tell.
Yeah, but we made 3 years, and it's been a fun 3 years.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
First 2 years were amazing. Third year was even more amazing now with Ellie in the picture,
Yeah.
and then the pregnancy and all that kind of stuff, which we can definitely dive into. It's just that trying to keep it short and sweet today as episode 1. You know, trying to get the nerves out, trying to get the wiggles out, because you know, if you don't know me, my background is in production and technology, so I'm usually never in front of the camera.
Yeah, he's always behind it. So he has this whole Instagram page where it could be my Instagram page.
Oh,
The
photography
photography.
page. Yeah. So that is a very interesting story. Actually, it's actually why we kind of got here in the first place. Because when we were getting to know each other, I was like, you know what? I like taking photos
Let me
of you.
take some pictures of you.
Yeah, we were doing portraits. If you guys, I'll probably tag it somewhere in this. But yeah, we started dating because of that. I wanted to become a photographer, and I bought
He
a
was
camera.
like, be my model. And I was like, free pictures? Okay.
Yeah, so if you actually go to my Instagram, it's my full name, Gerardo Shello,
I think it's just Gerardo Show.
at Gerardo Shello. Which I need my login because I forgot it.
Bruh.
Because when Facebook and Instagram merged, whatever, it's a whole thing. But yeah, I actually started doing photography, and I guess I got pretty good at it because it was fun.
Yeah.
And we would take like 200-300 photos a session, and I would just have to go through all of them and edit it.
That's how he fell in love.
I was like, yeah, 'cause
editing
you know,
my pictures.
I mean, hey, that's how it happens. So fellas, get into photography if anything. But we're doing that. But I've always been into that. I've always liked video stuff. We started doing. I'm surprised we never got into like video recording, but
I mean, here we are now.
here we are. But this is like a mix of live slash photography, whatever. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So we did that. It was funny though because once we started dating and once we got married, I put that page down. I haven't posted in there since potentially. Let me see.
Like 2020.
Let me see.
2020, I think.
Let me see.
I believe it was 2020 the last time you posted on there.
Was it?
Yeah,
No way.
I think so. But I've been trying to get him to do it again. Like we have a little baby girl. So for her 6 months, I was like, oh, I want to do this cake smash for her 6 months. So I set up this whole thing and I was like, babe, you got to take the pictures because they got to be, good.
Sorry, it was the first photo of her when 2019, February 2019, and I stopped posting April 24th for 2021.
Yeah, 2021,
So
2 years.
2 years almost. That's a pretty nice one. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite ones. Look at this.
It's not focusing.
But just so you know, I'll definitely post it on the story so you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, so this page, basically this podcast. Why did I say page? This podcast.
Page podcast. Tomato.
So we wanted to start this just to have conversations about life, about how, especially us, how we're managing through life. Like,
Well, the funny part is that, like, the reason why we started dating and what we still carry in our marriage is conversating a lot. We would talk for hours. And I was like, you know what? We want to invite you guys into our little conversations that we have when it's just us two. So not only is it good content, but I feel like it's good content. I feel like it's also a good time for us to, like, sit down and, like, connect. Because, when you have kids, you have full-time jobs. You have other extracurricular activities, then you have church and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And all the activities that church includes, you kind of don't really have as much time anymore. So we enjoy the most of it. Like our most craziest conversations, I feel like, besides this, is in the car,
going somewhere.
going somewhere. So we're just chatting
It's
it
funny because when we started dating, we had just finished church and we were gonna go out to eat, and then we sat in the car and we literally just sat there for like 4 hours. We put our phones on D&D.
5 hours. It is 5 hours.
Put our phones on D&D. And we just sat there and we just like were having like conversations.
I kid you not. I feel like everybody thought that we eloped or something.
Yo, seriously, my mom was calling everybody. Like, everybody was looking for us. And then his brother was like, let me check his location on Find My iPhone. And we were literally right outside of church.
We see, look, we do it now. We tend to do it. Whenever we talk, we just, all right.
Yeah.
And we've been doing that for a while. So that time it was crazy. I got a phone call.
Yeah.
I
got in trouble.
Some of my friends were like, yo, you can't be doing this and that. They thought we had gone to like Africa or something and like got married.
But we were literally just having like conversations, like getting to know each other. Because we knew each other, but it wasn't like we didn't know each other like to the extent as close friends.
Yeah.
So we were just getting to know each other, and
yeah, that's kind of the beauty of
now
marriage,
we're here.
though. Because like
That's
in
who we are.
marriage, you just learn. And I remember someone said it. Some psychologist said it. I think it was Jordan Peterson. I don't know who. Somebody that you just never learn 100%. Your significant other, as much as you think you know them now. I think I know you like the back of my hand, but then there's times where I'm like, okay. And it happens. I don't know. You just figure stuff out. You go through life together and you figure more and more out from each other. So
no, like, yeah, especially now, like, we've been married for 3 years, but our third year of being married isn't like our first. And where we were trying to get to know each other, living together.
Yeah.
I think that was a
Just
huge
crazy.
one. That was a huge one.
no, it wasn't as bad. No.
To me, it was huge.
Well, from the stories we heard, it hasn't been that bad.
Well, not
Cause
in the sense of bad, but in the sense of getting used to little quirks that I had, that you had.
We still have.
Right, but now I know, like how a lot of people say you have to pick and choose your battles, and back then I was choosing that battle.
Yeah. That's one thing. You just mature.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like your first year. It's not. I wouldn't say it's hard.
It's just,
It's just different.
It's just a new challenge.
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't
like
say
getting
it's
a new
hard,
car.
though. Yeah.
It's probably a bad example, but it's like getting a new car. But like when you test drive it, you're like, like what was it? Like was our honeymoon, because we wanted to keep it local and not go, not spend crazy money. So we went
Well,
to.
it was also the rise of COVID.
That's true. Oh yeah. So it was when we got married, we went to
got
Florida. We went to Orlando.
After?
Yeah.
That wasn't our honeymoon.
That was our. That was wasn't that her man?
No.
Oops. Anyways, when we went to Orlando after we got married, no, not honeymoon. Our 1 year. Did we go? Was it 1 year?
Yes,
That's what I meant. My bad. Oops. But yeah, for our 1 year, we went to Orlando. We want to keep it close. We don't want to spend crazy money. And we're like, oh, we should just take a trip away for like the weekend. So the example I'm trying to give is that.
We got a Tesla.
Yes, the marriage is like like getting a new car.
And
the Tesla,
I drove the Tesla.
Well, I drove
and
it
I was
first.
like, never again. No, I didn't even drive it down the block.
No,
I
but
literally
like-
felt it and I was like, hey.
So we didn't know what to do. And for people that have Teslas, you guys know, you guys are used to it. But this is basically what marriage was like in the first like year, let's say. We got into a Tesla. We're like, oh, we got a red Tesla. We got a Model 3.
I have no
Model
idea. It was
3?
just red.
The sedan, Model 3. No, that's a Model. Yeah, Model 3. Anyways, we got a Model 3. I was like, oh, let's get it. I got the little cards that we started. Put my phone on the charger.
We were literally in the airport parking lot for like an hour trying to get out.
It wasn't that bad. So I got in, and I had just sat there, and I'm like, all right, put it on reverse. Put it on reverse. Car does not move. Mind you, first time ever riding a Tesla, and I was just like, why isn't it moving? Why isn't it moving? Why isn't it moving? You were like, yo, we should probably call and tell the car's not working, this and that. And I was like, what if I just I put it in park? I'm like, I put it in reverse again. I was like, oh, what if it's what if it's the e-brake or something? I don't know.
I'm like, what e-brake?
What e-brake is, and I'm like, what does touchscreen say? It's hilarious though, but. And I was like, all right, put it in reverse. And I was like, what if I just hit the gas? If it has an e-brake, it'll just stay still or something. I don't know. So we did it, and the car moved. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And then it kept moving. I was like, oh, wait. So I have to like adjust the mirrors and do those kind of stuff. And I'll fix them. All right, let's go. We left the parking, and I realized that like, oh, crap. Like, this is actually a car. It's nice, but it doesn't have that like auto movement. Like when you put a regular car in drive, it moves. Or you put it in reverse, it goes back, right? Mm-hmm. All these little things we learned. And then we got on the highway. I did not know that the car auto broke. I don't know how. Driving out of the garage, I never broke once. I guess the way it's designed, you just like take it out.
Yeah.
When I was merging into the highway, I let go of the accelerator, and it has an auto brake feature. So that thing, I was like, oh my god! So
Yeah.
it's this whole learning curve. I love the Tesla now. I want to get one, probably hopefully next year. But it's
Apoyen, no se apoyen.
sponsorships. But you know, it was this whole learning process of like. Basically, what a marriage is like. The first experiences, the first couple of lessons that we learned. I'm like, what happens? At the end of the weekend, I was like, I don't want to give up that Tesla no more.
I was like, I can't wait to come back to my Honda CRV, my mom car.
You wanted to go back home?
I was like, I don't like this Tesla.
I liked it. It was fun.
I mean, I liked it, but for me to drive it,
Because you weren't used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You like how fast it goes, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, something basically like that. Marriage for us was like that, getting a brand new car, not knowing what to do. And by the end of it, 3 days later in the Tesla, I was an expert. 3 years later, we're not experts, but you know, we're more comfortable around it.
Yeah. So I don't think we're experts, but you know, I think you live and you learn.
Yep.
As you know, the years pass by, we get older, we get to know each other more, what we like, what we don't like. Especially now with a baby, we have to learn how to be parents.
Oh, yeah. That's a big learning experience.
And I think this quote that always stays with me is that in a marriage or in a relationship, you have to date your partner in the season that they're in. And I love that because I got to know you and I got to love you as a friend. And then I got to love you as a boyfriend and then as my fiance for the 4 months that we were engaged.
I was going to say that.
That's a whole different story.
We can talk about that later.
And now I love you as my husband, but also as in this season as the
Your baby
father to
daddy.
my baby.
Yeah.
My baby daddy.
Yeah, as a father.
So I love that because in every season I still get to love you differently. Like I mold to whatever you need the same way you mold to me.
Yep.
So basically this is the vibe for this podcast. Just talking about marriages.
Oh, creating the space. That's
Yes.
also another thing. Reason why we would like to do this, because we self-analyze as a marriage a lot. I think that's kind of been one of the things that help us out through a lot of things.
Yeah.
Every couple months, every week, every couple weeks, we're like, oh, how are we doing now? How's this working? Is this okay? It's not okay. Let's try adjusting this, and we do that, right? So since the beginning, since we started dating, we always like learning about dating, about marriage, about relationships, all that kind of stuff, about parenting now, especially. With that, we wanted to create and we wanted to connect with other people that are the same way.
Yeah.
For example, for example, like, oh, how do you guys manage things like in the dating phase, in a pre-dating phase? We could talk about in-laws, whatever. So, like,
Kids,
I
everything.
really feel like when people come together, and this is the community we want to create, when people come together and ask questions, we can all learn from everybody.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we always that sticks with us, is you can learn from anybody.
Yeah.
Even whether it's good, whether it's bad, because sometimes you do learn from other people and their mistakes. And we're surrounded, as fresh couples, we're surrounded by like older heads, older people that have been married 10 plus years, 5 plus years, 20
Yeah.
plus years. Even our own parents, who've been married like 30 years. We learn from them and from all of them, because we learn on what to do, what works for them. We try to apply it, and then we also see what doesn't work for them.
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's not do that.
Yeah, exactly. So,
that's the
like
goal.
the goal is for you to pick and choose,
And same,
whatever works for you.
Yep, because not everything applies to everybody.
Exactly. In
Sadly.
the season that you're in, single, married, engaged,
Yeah.
parents, everything, we've all gone through it, and I think we can all continue to learn from each other.
Yep.
It's not a space in where we're like, you have to do it like this or you're gonna fail. No. We're all learning from each other. We want to grow. And it's a space in where we can just
Go ahead.
work through things together,
Yeah. So I'm looking at something. Go.
So with that, we want to, continue to grow with you guys and build this community. So, como el nombre del podcast, it's Entre Nosotros.
Yep. At the end of the day, every little thing that happens will always stay between Entre Nosotros.
Yeah, between us.
Yep. Insiders, jokes, offenses, whatever it is. At the end of the day, I'm like, whether it doesn't matter your job, doesn't matter how many kids you have, doesn't matter where you're at or what you guys think. At the end of the day, it's between you and your wife.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys want to know about us.
Yep. Any stories you have, any
Yeah.
good stories, bad stories, any things that you're like, hey, how would you have handled it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm like, we're not experts. We don't have degrees or things like that in like marriage counseling and stuff like that. But I just think we would have a good time.
Yeah.
Laugh a little, get shocked a little bit. Because some people have crazy stories.
It's just conversations
yeah.
to, for us to all learn
Yep.
together.
And yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the statistic of like how often people get divorced in America. So I was looking at it. I just wanted to do one little line. It says like 40 to 50% of marriages get divorced. It's crazy.
That's wild.
So that's also the goal, our heart behind this, because we're like, hey, not everything works for everybody, but I feel like as long as you and your partner are both heading in the direction that you guys aren't meant to split up, I think if you have that long-term goal, every day, every year, every decade, whatever, you make it work.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I was trying to say. I don't want we don't want to be a statistic. We don't want to be part of that 40-50%. And I think wherever we
Yeah.
apply stays
But
between us.
we'll get more into that in
Yeah.
the next episodes. But, like, follow us. We're just getting started, so this is very exciting for
Yeah,
us.
quick little episode.
Yep, y esto, esto
Make
se
sure all
queda
the
entre
cameras are-
nosotros.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Cheers to
Cheers
our
to
first
episode 1.
episode.
Cheers to Ellie not waking up.
Oh, yes.
Because for those of you that don't know, we tried recording this all week. Didn't work out.
She woke up.
She woke up. Not only that, my camera wasn't working.
And we left. He left me alone. I was talking in gibberish.
Yeah, I don't know. We might post it as like bloopers or whatever. But
The worst.
as you guys might not know, we do this all in one shot. We're like, estamos vivo. We do everything.
Yes.
But yeah, any questions, any comments, any concerns, share, please. I want to read some stories, and I want to react to some questions. Any posts you guys see, we want to react to posts too.
Yes, and this is a judgment-free zone.
Just
We
a
don't
little
want
bit.
any. Like,
If we don't say it, the faces will definitely speak for themselves. But not just have our thing is one thing that we've always done. Don't take everything seriously. I feel like life's too short.
yeah.
Some people take things way too seriously.
Yeah.
Because even when I know we're past time, but even when we argue, we get tired, we look away, whatever. We just know when we come back, we're cracking.
Yeah,
cracking
we're
all
literally
up.
cracking up. We can't stay mad at each other.
Nope.
But
And that's kind of the vibe that we're giving. That's kind of what we're going for.
yes,
But,
but you guys will get to know us more in the next episodes that we have.
Yeah.
But drop any comments, whatever you want to know from us. And yeah, thank you guys for
yeah,
tuning
thank you. Sorry, I didn't tell you it was done. But bye, guys.
in. Bye.
Peace out.